Hello, esports fans. This is Mr. Kane here, along with Ethan, and we are here to cast the first match of the Barberton High School Spring 2021 Esports Series for Overwatch. We've got a quick lineup here. I'm going to put the link in the description, the list of players and their usernames, so that way you guys can take a look at that if you don't recall who's playing whom. We got kenmaspsp over here is Alivia Hempf. Got PineapleKing, Hunter Adair. Sleepless is Alec Wuethric. Yi is Mikey Brown. Gnome over here is Jamont Shaver. And MangoChips is Modesty, Jett, Casteel. We also have, I believe, one other player who's going to be alternating in our next match, next map of this series, which is going to be Kamlyn Holmes, who her tag on here is SaberWolf. And I believe that's everybody on our roster right now. Those 7 players make up our Overwatch team. So why don't we go ahead and unpause this and get it going. We got our first match here on Eichenwald. So let's see here. Team getting set up. Well, maybe not set up, as the enemy team gets set up here.
They have Anna, McCree, Zarya, Mercy, Ryan, and Junkrat. While we're running Mercy, Zarya, Echo, Soldier, Ryan, and Moira.
Indeed, indeed. Here, you know, I'm going to put this on one of our players' perspectives here. I'm going to go on Sleepless here for a moment. So we are playing here Worthington Kilbourne High School. And this is the first of, well, up to 5 matches. It's the best of in this series, so we have to get 3 wins. Nice pick by the enemy team, but we trade here. The res goes off.
Barberton gets the res. They get a res too.
Lose the tank, and Barberton wisely backing up. However, one thing that they need to do is, at this point, if they're getting chased that far, they either need to die or just get back in spawn. A lot of aggression coming out from Worthington Kilbourne, one of the stronger teams in our division, if I'm not mistaken. So Barberton deciding if they want to go back out through the main choke here or try something else out. Unsure where Worthington is at the moment. Looks like they've made a plan to go in on the right side. Fire strike through the center here. Up and over the top.
Are they going through the right room? Looks like the Ryans. Oh, no, right room it is. Cool. They're all up in that room versus that Junkrat. There's going to be a lot of splash.
Ooh, nice pick here. Do they get the kill?
Any follow-up?
Nice, nice,
they
nice.
Do.
Oh, they lose to the PineapleKing, though.
Lose also the Gnome.
Yeah. It's going to be tough. Tire coming out. Picking off the healer.
Fight's lost.
Yeah. They're just going to have to back out on this one. Sleepless goes down finally on point here. Looks like everybody's getting ready to move back out. Trading some blows here, but they've got no tank here. They should be careful. If someone gets picked here, when the tank gets to the battle, they'll have a rough time.
There's not really much that they have really to be gained here. They don't have enough damage to break that Ryan shield. Plus, they're basically just feeding them all charge here. At least they were.
In.
Dario. Was that a shatter coming from Sleepless?
Yeah, I believe so. Wasn't able to get much value out of that really at all while they were in that Zarya ulti.
I seem to be having issues getting past the choke here.
Yeah. Really unfortunate. Barberton needs to break through. Looks like they've got another plan. They've got some good ults here. Barberton's got the ultimate economy. They should be able to just press Q and at least get the first point here. Pulling PineapleKing in. Ooh.
Going on
the whole hog throws his ult here, but unfortunately didn't get a lot of value out of it. I think the team wasn't quite in position to use the space that he created. Look over on right side here. We lose the Pineapple, but he goes back in looking to hopefully get a blade off here as the team's fighting on the other side. Blows up instantly. And the team is forced back. Looks like we were sort of split among 2 places. The healers went over to support Pineapple on that, and as the rest of the team was brawling it out, they didn't have any support in that moment. and funneled a lot of resources into Pineapple, but wasn't able to get the ulti off there to any effect. Got killed before he could pop it.
It's be a rough round for Barberton.
Yeah, they got about 30 seconds to make something happen. Ryan behind, but team is not really respecting it. Oh no.
Oh man.
You're gonna have 30 seconds here to make a play. I thought that last push might have been the one where they could have broken through, but coming out there, I mean, looks like Gnome got the hook off, but nobody really rotated it or turned around to deal with that threat behind. Maybe they thought that he had it handled, but Ryan's got so much HP, you really have to do a lot more if you want to take him out. Okay, we got Moira pushing in.
Junkire is destroyed by Yi.
Nice, good play on that then. Keeping the team safe. Brawling it out. Barberton finally taking the point here. It looks like they're pushing up for space.
They're down 1, down 2.
Oh no. So close. Looks like Sleepless might go down here.
Oh.
Will they get the res off though? They do. He's got his ult.
They're up 1.
Oh, he's charged into Oblivion. Throws the hammer down, brawling it out while the team's fighting over here, but now they got to deal with this ball on point. Looks like they lose Alec over there. Whole hog trying to push him out. Oh, a sleep out from the...
No.
Oh, man.
If there's Nomers, didn't know what to do there.
They're trying to hold it. Mercy's not going to be able to hold this point. Looks like Barberton is unable to get the first point, but that does not mean that they are out for this map. For those who are watching, you might not recall, but if you remember, in Overwatch, first you've got the offense and then the defense. So if Barberton can hold off the enemy team and keep them from getting any ticks on this first point here for 4 minutes, then we're going to go into some extra innings, as it were, or extra rounds, I suppose, if I'm not mistaken. So what does Barberton have in store for their defensive lineup here?
The best I can really hope for, I believe, is a draw in this scenario.
Oh, would it go a full draw?
Unless they got a tick that... Actually, I believe they may have gotten the tick last round, and I just didn't notice.
No, Barberton did not get any ticks on this.
They didn't. Yep. Well, in that case, the best they could really hope for is a draw.
Really? I see. That was my mistake then. I thought we would go to push to extra to see who would get the final point, but it'll just draw on this map.
Yep. It depends on... Extra rounds will only be played if the cart fully makes it to the end of the map. If it makes it anywhere before there, then only 2 rounds will be played.
I'd really like to see Sleepless playing up a little bit more just for the first moment here, since he has his Mercy to back him up. He could pop around this corner, throw a Fire Strike, and build some good charge, and then charge back to a defensive position. But that's all right. He retreating here. Ball's in deep. Hopefully they can punish him for that. Unfortunately, no. Brawling out. The team split a little bit here. Trying to play corners. A big slam by that ball.
Barberton seemed to be easily overwhelmed by
oh yeah, quickly picked off. At this point, they're going to get that tick like nothing.
Yeah.
Unfortunately, that's the first one here, as Worthington Kilbourne takes an easy win on the first map of the day. We'll join you back here in a moment on the second one. Ethan, do you have any thoughts on what went wrong or anything you want to see again before we move to Game 2? I
get the feeling that Barberton's team was easily just picked apart the moment that the enemy team closed in on them. Like, for example, that very last dive there, even though the enemy team had a very uncoordinated dive, Barberton was still easily picked apart, and they easily got that first tick. Maybe they just weren't able to isolate targets. They don't really have a lot of disable on their team, which does make it a little tougher to pull somebody if they're running a really strong dive comp, which is really what we saw on the other team. They just went in fast and furious to try to go for these picks. You know, I mean, you got the Lucio, you've got the Monkey, you've got the Ball, Doomfist. They're really going for dive, and the chaos that they brought, Barberton just couldn't organize around it to pick off an individual target, and then as they started falling, it was like dominoes. But once again, one game does not an Overwatch match make. There is still the next 2, 3, or 4 maps, depending on how long we can push this series. So we'll join you again here in a moment with Game 2, hopefully for a better showing out of Barberton on that one.
All right, Barberton fans, we're here for Game 2 of the match against Barberton High School versus Worthington Kilbourne High School for Overwatch for our esports team. We got the same lineup as last time. The only difference here is, well, I don't say the same lineup. We've actually moved Gnome and Pineapple are both our DPS now. Yi and Mango on healer. And we've moved SaberWolf in, which is Kamlyn Holmes, onto tank, shunting Gnome over to DPS from there. And Mikey, who I believe was on DPS last game, over to healer. So what we're going to do now is get this one going and see how they can do. We are on Route 66 on the attack. Similar to the last map, we've got to, well, I don't guess, unlike Eichenwald, we actually have a cart from the beginning. We don't have to unlock it to start, but we will be pushing this all the way over to this point, hopefully, and then from there, all the way to the next. And, well, let's not get ahead of ourselves. We got to get the first point before that gets, let's not count our chickens before they hatch. So, we got Barberton hanging out in here, waiting to see what can happen. What are your thoughts on the starting lineup here for Barberton for their heroes?
PineapleKing is running Genji, which is definitely one of his strong suits. I hope he doesn't get too eager in his ability to survive. We got Gnome on Widow, possibly. Ooh, early pick on the Widow. Very good. Underthrow, yep. They got a rest from that. We have Mango running her usual Mercy. We have Yi on Ana, his specialty. And we have Sleepless on Sigma. And SaberWolf on Orisa. I hope SaberWolf's shield placement is very, very well placed and well thought out.
Yeah, the placement of Orisa's shield is going to be very important when you go with this Sigma here. Her shield is much more fixed in place. You can't really relocate as much as you can with Sigma, though with his increased cooldown, it's a bit different than how when he first rolled out, obviously. Especially with the curvy nature of this first Streets phase, along with the sheer amount of corners that are available, I feel like in our Orisa's shield could really get a lot of potential value here if used correctly. Barberton isn't really pushing up that far. They seem to be receiving a lot of pressure from Worthington. There's a hog run around the backside there. I'm not sure if you can see it. Just hooked the Orisa. Is she going to walk that off? Looks like yes. But Barberton's attention is split here. Looks like the res came off. They got a good pick, but then Pineapple got killed, and when the res went off, they weren't able to capitalize off of it. Mercy here using ult to kind of defensively back out here. Gnome getting another pick on their Widow. We're definitely winning the Widow match, but at the same time, oh, just barely keeping Saber alive there. Barberton needs to retake this space. Hog up top, really overextended. Hopefully they can punish this. Nice sleep up there, but unfortunately woken up a little too quick before Barberton's able to capitalize on that. Okay, cool. They got the pick off there. Mercy rezzing. Oh, she manages to get the res and then get the fly out. Is he going to walk this off? Oh, what a bummer. Barberton trying to take some space here. Nice ult coming out. Ooh, did he get hooked out of it? Yeah, hooked right out of it. And then the enemy Sigma pops his own ult. No picture gained from it. In fact, I believe Barberton's actually up one. Is there Genji ulting in the back line? Yes. It's actually their Echo transformed into our Genji. Sorry, I didn't have a good angle on that. Barberton once again forced to retreat here. There's nothing wrong with retreating. There's nothing wrong with dying on the point to just get everybody to respawn to come back in together. Barberton's really having a hard time getting around this first corner. We got to swap Gnome over onto the Echo now. Perhaps trying to get more value around this corner than the Widow can really accomplish. Widow picked and then rezzed again by the enemy team, so Mercy no res at this point. Barberton pushing in as hard as they can. Taking some space. Looking for a pick here. Uh-oh. Not the pick we were looking for, as their sniper is now decimating Barberton's line here. Orisa gets hooked and finished off. Can't get quite to around the edge of that shield. Barberton's got 30 seconds. They can maybe get one more good push in here. Yi really needs to jump off and just die here. Looks like he's going for the jump. He's getting caught on the rock. And then a sleepy death. He was making the right move. It was just they were Getting caught up on the terrain there.
Thwarted by the rock, unfortunately. Okay. It looks like they're pushing up train now.
Perhaps going to drop from the high ground over or go through the small back channel here?
This is already below half. In fact, he's almost won. I don't know why he's pushing here.
Well, with 5 seconds left, there's not much they can really do but try to push through. Mercy manages to keep them up, but with the Sigma ult, that's going to drop them down. Can they survive through this? I don't think so. A nice shatter, but onto what, unfortunately? I think he's just trying to get a little bit more time bought onto the cart, but with that whole hog, I think they're about to be forcing Barberton out of here. Well, maybe not. Can they hold it? Can they recoup? Shatter down to finish off Pineapple. Yi holding as best as he can. We've got Echo trying her best as well, but you're not going to be able to hold against that many of the enemy team, even with 2 or 3 heroes when the whole enemy team is still up there.
Very unfortunate for Barberton. They can honestly, the amount of pressure being placed on Barberton versus Worthington is quite contrasting. Barberton is finding a hard time just to even push up, while at the same time, Worthington's Widow is able to get several picks and ultimately tip even fights that are already probably going to be lost back into their own favor.
Yeah, it's definitely a tough one here. Barberton was able to play up pretty strongly till right here. It's just they couldn't break through that last little piece in the corner. We saw it happen once or twice. They managed to force their way in, but then just couldn't really finish it off. It always happened where Worthington would get a pick or two, and then from there, Barberton just couldn't break past that. So what do we got going out here? It looks like a relatively similar lineup. Difference here, it looks like we've got a Zarya instead of the Orisa, and we've also got a Reaper and a Bastion here. Other than that, unchanged on our supports, and we've got the Rhine again. What do you think we should be setting up for this Bastion here?
Honestly, they really can't really get much value from sitting up very far, as at that point, with the amount of pressure that Worthington is putting on the Barberton, if they set up any further than this, they're just going to immediately get crushed. Their best bet is to honestly try and hold this last corner for as long as possible.
Worthington running a dive comp again too. It looks like you got the Monkey, the Doomfist, D.Va. They're really going to put the pressure. I think that's why they went with the Bastion, so they can hopefully eliminate a target as soon as it shows up. The question is, will they be able to make that play? Is Worthington going to take the top right or the bottom left? Looks like they're splitting. Monkey drops down. Good sleep, quickly eliminated by Barberton. Oh no, looks like the Bastion went down. That's the bulk of their DPS here. I think that we tried to get the shield out on him, and someone else got in the way. Barberton's just coming apart here. Oh, after that Bastion fell, I think there was so much chaos in the ranks. Once again, Worthington capitalizing on that chaos with their push comp. All they really need to do is push it to here to get the win, and Worthington has their second point. Barberton needs to do something drastic if they want to come up and get a comeback here. Let's take a look at that again, because it all happened so fast. I think we're right around.
They tried as hard as
right around.
Keep that Bastion.
I believe right here. Yeah, let me put the pause on here. I'm actually going to roll this down to a half speed, and I want to see what went wrong here for Barberton. The Monkey comes in, drops the barrier, and they quickly eliminate them. Doomfist comes down, and they get rid of him as well. I think that the bubble went out on Yi by mistake here, and that they wanted to drop that in on the Bastion.
Whoa, whoa, whoa. Did you see that?
No, what are you...
Watch their D.Va and our Ana and our Bastion. Rewind a little bit.
Sure, I'll roll it back a couple seconds.
Right before to where the Bastion first died.
I think I missed it a little bit here. Monkey in. Bastion down. D.Va in. Yeah, I think Yi accidentally got caught. That was a Saber's misplay there. They dropped down.
No, actually, their D.Va was defense matrix. She was DMing the heals that Yi was shooting out at the Bastion because he wasn't scoping in.
Oh, interesting.
She was able to eat the projectiles and prevent.
So we had a combo of the heals weren't coming out because it managed to pull in with the D.Va block there. The heals coming toward our Bastion, and then also we saw the shield that could have maybe given him a little bit of an extra life, just not be able to connect, unfortunately. So that's a bit of a bummer. So it's sort of a double whammy there. That D.Va got a lot of value by the way she dove that. Now, was that intentional, do you think, or do you think it was just a happy coincidence in the favor of Worthington Kilbourne?
Honestly, I don't think there's really any way for us to tell without specifically going over every minor detail from that D.Va's point of view. For all we know, the D.Va could have just been anticipating a huge array of bullets coming from the bastion, and she's just trying to preemptively prevent herself from getting shredded into basically bits. And just as a side effect, managed to block Barberton's Anna's healing.
Absolutely, and with Bastion on defense, so much of your comp relies around them. So as soon as that fell apart, it became much more difficult. And with the experienced and pretty effective dive team that's the other team's been running, Barberton does not have a strong defensive play against a team like that. At least we're not seeing that right here. They need to bring it back around for Game 3 so that they can take that win, get the momentum back, and come back for Game 4 and 5, hopefully, to win the set. With that, we'll be joining you in the third game, and let's hope it's not the final one, but it's going to be pretty tough. This is a strong opponent for Barberton, one that's at least given them the runaround right now. We'll see you shortly. All right, Barberton Esports fans, we're going into the third and final one here. We're on Rialto on attack. We've got just about the same lineup as last time. I don't think there are any major changes. Taking a look. Nope. So we can see the enemy team setting up here.
Is he going to switch right after the beginning, or is he going to stay Widow most of the way through?
Hard to say. It depends how much value they get out of it. Hopefully, if they're getting value, I'm sure they'll stay. If not, then I feel that our DPS players know when to swap off for the most part.
We have PineapleKing on Echo rather than Genji.
All right. Barberton moving forward. Shield's a little far back. Nice pick. Zarya coming out with the bubble. Team needs to move with that shield, unfortunately, but gets shredded pretty quickly. The Lucio's so low.
The railings on the bridge are already broken. I feel like the defending team
gets a nice snipe on the Lucio
in the hope of getting a nice boop. At the same time, Barberton's hanging around that bridge.
We're not seeing them take much space right now. I think we need our tanks to move up a bit more here and do some tanking. Sleep on the D.Va, but she's just going to walk it off. Ooh, maybe not. Nice hook. Alec moving up on this hog as Barberton rounds the corner.
Got
another pull on that. Yeah, that D.Va's getting pulled back all the time, but they do have the escape mechanisms to get out of there.
In reality, that D.Va is really doing her job by taking all that CC so that her squishier teammates aren't the ones being hooked there.
Oh, he lives through. Oh, Nano off. Oh, unfortunately, big purple and just Barberton erased right there. Very unfortunate.
That was about, I believe, 2 ults from Barberton versus 2 more from Worthington.
I think they built that whole hog right as they got black holed. Unfortunate there. Still on the sniper, though they have got some good picks from it. Barberton moving forward. Another good pick. Gnome getting the snipes today. Can Barberton capitalize? Oop, that shield's up a little too far. I'm sure that was unintentional. Whole hog coming out, making space for Barberton. Oh, I can't believe it.
Picks from the D.Va.
I cannot believe that landed on the hog there. He was underneath this balcony, but just barely the tip of him must have caught that. I want to roll that back in a little bit. What time stamp are we at? 3:12. All right. I want to remember to take a look at that after. I can't believe that he was in the range of that D.Va blast. Had he survived through that, that fight would have gone totally different. Barberton needing to take space again.
Another ult coming up from
Oh, looks like we've got Echo in as D.Va over here. They have no barrier tanks on the enemy team, so they can get a bomb off of this. Maybe some value. Bomb and Bongo down off of the Echo. They managed to use Lucio's beat to survive through that. But Barberton taking some space now.
Echo went in hard there.
Oh yeah, absolutely. Big plays out of the Echo. Nice res coming off from our Mercy. Barberton pushing up. Trying to finish off the baby here. Baby D.Va down.
Just clean up at this point, really.
Looks like they got this first point, perhaps. Pushing him back, pushing him back. Zarya around the side. Oh, sleep off there.
Zarya
another grab coming down.
Coming in. High noon.
Oh no, is Barberton going to get pushed back off of this? I think that whole hog could have pushed them.
Oh no.
We just needed to push them off the point and get a couple seconds.
Barberton is left with one ult. Honestly, the same can be said for Worthington with their sole D.Va ult that they have. To be honest,
Yeah.
I think ult usage here is really going to determine how... No, it's 10 seconds anyways. Never mind.
10 seconds. I don't know the Barberton's going to touch it. Well, we got a ball out here. Trying to get some little bit of time. Maybe just let stall out till the team can get here. Barberton's getting close.
Can he get this first point? Nanoed ball.
It's a brawl. It's a brawl. I think they nanoed them. Try to give them just a little bit more time. D.Va bomb dropping. Loses our own D.Va's mech here. Out of mech and out of time. Barberton cannot get this first point. Before we move on to the second game, I want to roll back to about 3:10, I believe it was, somewhere right around there, to see really quickly.
Second round, right?
Yeah, this fight over here. If I remember correctly, right around here. I think I just missed it.
Roadhog.
Maybe I'm mistaken.
I believe you just missed it as the D.Va's only at 40% now. Actually, no, you might be right, actually.
No, this is our D.Va blast that allowed us to capitalize.
Yeah, I think it's further back than this.
Maybe it's a little bit further back. Yes, this is it. So let's take a look at this. I guess I had the timestamp wrong. Look how deep Hog was under there. I'm going to roll that back again. I cannot believe that.
Can we get that Hog's perspective on this?
Yeah. Well, I don't want a Hog's perspective. I want the perspective of the area around. I'm going to drop this down to 75. I'll do 50, actually. He's whole hogging, taking some great space. The D.Va bomb from the other team comes up, and it's up in the air. Blows him up. It's like right here. I'm surprised that tapped him. He must have just barely been outside of the cover there. The only other thing I wanted to check before we go to the next round is when we were almost pushing in here, we had whole hog right here where we just couldn't quite cap it off. I think we got whole hog built right in the middle of this fight somewhere, and we were like less than half a meter. Maybe I'm wrong on the timing. Yeah, right here. If we could have got a whole hog right here, I think we could have pushed them off. But it would have been really close. It was a snap decision. Easy one to maybe not realize that the ult has been built there. Bit of a bummer, but let's go into the next round here. As we go on to... Here's the overtime. All right.
Ooh.
Yeah, that would have been close. I don't know if Barberton could have got the point there or not, but we still have quite a nice bit of distance here. So rather than just stopping one tick, we have a lot of chances to hold here to stop Worthington Kilbourne. If we can keep them from making it as far as Barberton advanced, then we can get this first point and move on to Game 4. And hopefully push it to a 5th. Let's take a look at what the heroes are. Sorry, go ahead.
That'd be one heck of a comeback, to be honest. Barberton's seems to be really having a hard time here, really, especially with overall team coordination and just pressure management.
Yeah, it could be. I don't know. It's going to be very close because every now and then you just run into a team that the way they play just seems to throw you for a loop. I really felt that Barberton was going to take that last game. They had a couple really good plays. The one time with that kind of wonky D.Va blast that really caught the hog despite him really seeming like he was in cover. That's just geometry beating us in that one. and then unfortunately not closing out that last just little fraction of a meter to get the first point and some more time on the clock. So let's see what we got. Barberton throwing out a little bit of fire here, but not staying too deep. Ooh, hook off a sleepless and right into the water.
Yeah.
Nice play, but he needs to go out of here. I think he's going to be... I think he should have run here and maybe drop down to go this way to be in line of his healers, but Worthington is not going a dive strat so much this time. They're going up much more of like a kind of battle and brawler situation.
Splitting the two halves, Barberton is.
PineapleKing holding on, but goes down. Both the DPS down for Barberton at the moment. Sleep is coming back in quick on the ball, trying to get down this McCree.
Their D.Va's taking good
Yi and Deep just trying to block progress. Without a lot of heroes left on the cart, they really wanted to just, you know, stall it any time they can. Because if this cart gets any farther forward, I guess they just don't feel like pushing the cart today. What's going on out of Worthington here? They're going deep, but they smartly leave one person behind as Barberton's brawling it out. Gnome trying to get in there and make some plays. Same thing. Sleepless holding it here. It looks like there is a fight happening as well over there, brawling it out with the Rhine and the Mercy and Diva near Barberton's spawn, preventing backups from coming to help out team captain Alec and Gnome here as they fought for control of the cart. And unfortunately, Barberton is not able to defend here, and Worthington Kilbourne takes the match 3-0. Not the best showing today for Barberton, but this is the first match of the season. Got a lot of places to go from here. Could just be first game jitters, or just, you know, a team that, you know, rock paper scissors. We're rock, but they're paper to our rock here. Any closing thoughts, Ethan?
Honestly, that overall seemed to be a very rough first match of the season for Barberton. I hope that in future matches they really show a fantastic improvement in just team coordination and overall strategy. It seemed that Barberton may have fumbled just a tiny bit with his first match.
Yeah, it's unfortunate, but you know, we've still got a very long season ahead of us, and there's nowhere to go but up from here. When your first game is a bit of a roll, you can only improve. And I think that between the three games of the set, I think that this third one was definitely Barberton's best of the three in terms of execution. They really looked like they were going to be getting that first point capped when they were on offense, and they held out on the defense longer than the other two maps where they met with that really chaotic dive comp that they seem to struggle with. So I definitely see some improvement. We hope to bring all the Barberton esports fans a win next time, but for now, I've been Coach Kane, and assistant coach Ethan here has been helping me out with the casting, and we'll see you on the next one.